So the first Mortal Kombat came out in 1995, which was pretty good. And then they went another direction, meaning to the gutter in 1997 when they came in with the sequel, Mortal Kombat Annihilation, which we choose to forget. And so now they're back with Mortal Kombat 2021. I got a chance to check it out, see it yesterday at the theaters. And so I wanted to come and let you guys know my thoughts, my feelings, the highs, the lows, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Let's talk about it. When word came down that they were doing another Mortal Kombat, I was excited about it, right? Because I thought, well, this is a time frame to do it. We're in 2020, which was a terrible year, but we're in 2020, 2021, the CGI, the special effects. This is a time to do this type of video game into a movie because this is what we deserve, right? This is what all of the people who've loved Mortal Kombat, who love the fatalities, who love the fights, who really pay attention to those small details and the costumes. This is the time frame to do it because they have the technology to do it and to do it justice. And so again, the 95, version, the very first movie was good and it was a good start. And then the 97 Annihilation sequel was abysmal, completely terrible, ruined the franchise. First of all, they killed Johnny Cage in the first 20 seconds. Nobody does that. You should never do that. And so now we moved into this version, which I got a chance to see yesterday. And I have to say that I wasn't surprised that I liked it, but I was surprised at how many people around me liked it in the theater. People were clapping, people were cheering. That was mostly, I must say, for Kano. Now, Kano's not my favorite character. He is one of the most popular characters because he's so outlandish and upfront. And he was just that in this movie. He was that person. They took it from the video game directly to the big screen. Kano is a comic relief. Kano is I wouldn't call him the saving grace of the movie, but he played a bigger part in the film than I thought he would. So starting off with that's good news that Kano was really good. We did see some fights. They definitely took it there, starting with the first 7 minutes. The intro of the movie I thought was done very well, and that was the introduction of Scorpion and Sub-Zero. So that's their not their first interaction, but that's the first chance you get to see them go at it on screen. And it's before, of course, they turn into those characters, but it sets the stage for it. So that opening fighting scene I thought was brilliantly done, brilliantly choreographed. Again, the graphics, all of that were on point. So that was a springboard that set it up for the rest of the movie. And then it basically went into a little bit of the story, but it also went directly towards, we're going into these fighting scenes, we're going into this tournament. Everyone has those special markings, and so that ties them to the Mortal Kombat fighting, the tournament, and so it showed all of those things, and so we like I said, it gave a little bit of the story, but we basically just went directly into the action, which I liked. I also liked that they utilized Jax this time. He's a pretty popular character in the video game, but they were able to really use him in this. He got a lot of screen time, which I was happy about as well. What else? Sub-Zero, I thought was, even in the video game, Sub-Zero has always kind of low-key been my favorite, even though Raiden is, in my opinion, the best. But Sub-Zero has always been that character that's kind of like second rank, that's right underneath him. And so he was all up and through the film, and I loved it. I loved how he created the ice, how he manipulated the ice. They did a very, very good job with showing that. Scorpion as well, his famous line, "Get over here." He definitely does that. I wish he would have done that a little bit more in the film, but we didn't get a chance to see that. What else? Sonja Blade was there. Sonja's always kind of been the underdog in certain ways, but you get to kind of see her story and see how she got to where she is now, because she definitely didn't start off that way. Goro is in it, the four-armed monster. He's in it. They utilize him well. Again, I would have liked for him to be a little bit more in it. but they did enough to set up the second film. So you obviously know there's going to be a second film within this franchise. This is just the beginning, right? So they're going to build on this. And I, of course, won't give anything away. No spoilers for this film. But all in all, I enjoyed it. The storyline, again, just like I said about Godzilla and King Kong, I really don't care too much about the storyline. I just really want to be entertained. And I want to see the fatalities, which there were some fatalities and very graphic ones too, I might add, that they went there. So if you're concerned if there are fatalities in it, or if the fatalities look like they're supposed to look, don't worry. They are in there and they do not disappoint. I wish there could have been more of them, but obviously that movie would have never been made because they couldn't have greenlit that. So all in all, it was good. I was entertained. Again, like I said, the storyline is a little weak. It's a little thin. Hopefully they'll build on that as it continues to go, because Mortal Kombat, the video game, does have a pretty intricate story once you get into it. But they didn't really have time to do that. That would be a 3-hour movie. So I think if you hear people giving it a hard time, just give it a moment, right? It has to come off in chunks. It can't just all be thrown at us at one time. You have to give the franchise time to build and get to a certain place to where you incorporate all the characters and more of the storyline. And so we're going to get to that, I'm sure, in the future. But all in all, I enjoyed it. And again, I was entertained. That's all I really cared about. And have you guys seen it? What did you guys think? Drop down in the comments. Let's talk about it. It is streaming on HBO Max. If you feel comfortable, go to the theater and see it, because obviously the sound and the screen, and it begs to be seen on in a movie theater. That's why they make these type of films, to be seen there. So I liked it. If I'm giving it a score, which I always do, from A, B, C, or D, I'm giving it a solid B. Maybe a B minus, just because the storyline was a little lackluster, but everything else was supported by everything that I wanted. I don't have any complaints when it comes to action and entertainment. So if you guys are following me on Instagram, definitely do that. Entertainment Takeover _. I'll be back with another review, of course. And again, if you've seen it, let me know what you thought about it. Drop down in the comments. Let's discuss it.